This movie is going to show you how to write a program that will get the motors on your robot working. You can see by looking at the picture on your screen that motor 2 is worked by pins 13 and 12. So we're going to need pins 13 and 12, so we'll start off with that. Get rid of this thing and put in here this. Pin mode 13, comma, is an output. And the output's going to go out of the computer and control the motor. Then you can copy that, Control C, go there and paste it, and just change the 13 to a 12. And so pin 12 is also going to be an output pin. We'll just make a little note over here what's happening. So I'm going tab, tab, tab there, then a couple of slashes, and then I'm going these two pins control motor 2. Okay, have a look at the picture now and see which two pins control motor 1, and you'll find they are pins 8 and 9. So let's just paste that in, hit enter and paste it again, and change this 13 to 9, and this 13 will change to 8, and then we'll make a little note out here, slash slash these two pins control motor 1. Okay, now you'll see in the picture there that there's a couple of red lines, and the red lines are for the speed of the two motors. And controlling the speed, the pin needs to be set up as an analog pin. So we go like this, analog right, and we're looking at the pin that controls motor 2, and we see that's pin 11, so we write to pin 11, and we go comma, and we write 255, and 255 is the code for full speed. So that sets up motor 1 to go at full speed. So we'll make a note of that. This makes motor 1, oh sorry, it's motor 2, isn't it? Motor 2 go full speed. And then we'll do the same again. So we'll copy and paste this whole line. Control C, Control V. And now we're writing to pin 10, not 11, so we just change that to a 10, and that'll be motor 1. That's now going at full speed. And that's the end of the setup. So I'm just going to set this program out a little bit better, put that bracket down onto that line, and then I'm going to take all these lines of code that are between the brackets, and if I go edit, and I can go increase indent, or I can just hit the tab key. Hit the tab key again, and that indents that code that's between this curly bracket and this curly bracket. So this is now called a block of code, and whenever you put a block of code in between two curly brackets, you should indent it like that. Now we're going on to the main part of the program in the loop section, so we'll just get rid of this stuff here. Now if we want to make motor 2 go, you can see that we need to control pins 13 and 12. And to make the motor go, those two pins need to be different. So we'll do this. Digital right pin 13. Now we'll set that high. And then we can just copy and paste that again. Copy. Paste. And now we'll take pin 12, so change the 13 to a 12, and change the high to a low. Okay, that should get motor 2 going. If we want to start the other motor up as well, we'll have to do a couple of commands for that. So motor 1 will need to have its own digital write commands. I'll just leave a space here. and then I'm going to copy and paste this again. Copy, paste. Now I want to be dealing with motor 1 here, so instead of pins 13 and 12, I'm going to have pins 9 and 8, and that should make motor 1 go. Okay. If you want to make these motors go for any length of time, you'll have to put a delay in here so they can go for a certain amount of time. So here I'll put in delay 3000, and what that does, it turns the motors on and leaves them running for 3 seconds. Now if I want to turn both the motors off, what are we going to do there? Well, I'm just going to copy and paste all of these commands, boom, the whole lot, control copy and paste it in here. Right, there it is. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn everything off. Low, 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 and low. And that'll turn, this will make motor 2, stop, and this will make motor 2 stop. And then I'm going to leave them stop for a little while, maybe only for 1 second now or 2 seconds. And now we've got to the bottom of our loop. So this is the end of the program now. So I'm just going to tidy this one up again too. I'm going to push that bracket onto the next line, and then I'm going to highlight all of this code and press tab, which will indent it. And our main program, you can see, now runs between this bracket and this bracket. Okay, in fact, if I put the cursor here and click, it'll put a frame around that bracket up there to show you that these are the 2 brackets which are enclosing our main code. So there's a start on a program that will make your motors stop and go.